The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of IBEW Local 369 Louisville Football Friday starts now.
A pleasant good evening from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Louisville. Louisville Male High School the site for an outstanding Week 2 matchup as the Bulldogs take on the Ballard Bruins. Chris LeBar along with former Bulldog Dion Reese. This has all the makings of being a great ball game.
It sure does. Obviously had a really tough loss for Ballard at the end of last year. I'm sure those guys are still fired up about that, so I expect a competitive game tonight.
Storyline in this game, unquestionably the weather, and that's a quick transition to Thomas Car Wash. They are back for another season of Bulldog sponsorship on Glycod. They've been fastest and finest since 1946. Wash local. Take it to Thomas. We had hail a bit ago. It has cooled down a bit into the low 90s. It does appear to be a little more comfortable than it once was.
Oh, no doubt. The rain helped out a ton, even though it's still pretty warm out here.
Let's talk more about this Ballard team. A really credible win for them last week. Put up a lot of points on a neutral field against Southwestern.
They did. I saw that. They also gave up quite a few points. So, if they want to win this game tonight, they're going to have to play a little bit better on the defensive side.
Maurice Stevens, key in that game. There you see a late pick in that one. And we'll talk more about a sophomore quarterback. Larry Irvin had a very strong season last year as a freshman in the freshman program and a great start last week.
He had a solid week last week. I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing what he can do against this Bulldog defense today.
And the Bulldog defense was outstanding. They pitched a shutout versus Butler last week in a 48-zip win, and a whole lot to like.
Right. And it's hard to really tell, where you stand when you have a blowout like that. But I think tonight will be different. They'll have a little bit more of a challenge, and we'll see where the Bulldogs are standing. Lots
of programming on the way tonight on Glycod.com. We will talk with Chris Wolf in just a moment. Also talk more in depth about this Ballard football team. Talk more about that sophomore quarterback, Larry Irvin. Just getting started on Glycod, and we'll be right back after this.
Owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, Wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tinsley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tinsley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, representing the region's finest properties with exceptional skill, using the most innovative technologies available.
Chris Wolf joins me ahead of Ballard and Male here in 2023. Chris, I would have to think there was some discussion, even dilemma, about when this game would be played. How was it settled that it would be at 7:30 tonight in lieu of even later or perhaps tomorrow?
Well, we've practiced in the evening this week, Tuesday and Wednesday, and according to our trainer who uses what's called a wet bulb globe, both nights we were been below the threshold to play, and that was as early as 6:30. So we were comfortable moving it back a half hour, knowing that we probably have plenty of room. Remember, this is a grass field, and anybody that's been around grass and artificial surfaces know the difference can be significant in temperature, up to 15 to 20 degrees cooler on a grass field.
Any feedback from Ballard in this decision?
Well, we played the freshmen last night at Ballard, and we started at 7:30, and that was on a turf field. So I think everybody is fine with the 7:30 start.
Great win last week versus Butler, 48-zip. What did you like best?
I liked the fact that we were clean for the most part of the game. We had some hiccups when we started putting the twos in. I had to use a few timeouts. But the game was out of hand at that point. But you still want to try to stay clean in what you're doing. But special teams were outstanding, and the defense was more than outstanding. Superb, I would say. 39 yards on 39 plays. I don't believe they got past midfield. So just a tremendous effort and coaching job by our defensive staff.
So many new faces, Chris, on the defensive end. What does that say about the culture here at Male that you've got so many younger players in the pipeline?
Well, I just really proud of the work that Chase Porter, who's my defensive coordinator, does. He's a teacher in the building, and he has developed an incredible culture on the defense. We have several Male alums that are assistant coaches on that defense, and just really excited to see what they're doing over there. And we go against the defense in practice, and it's a pretty fast defense. It ranks up there as far as speed of fastest defenses I've had.
Shemai Gates, 3 touchdowns on the ground last week. We talked this summer, and we talked about him as a receiver. What led to him moving into a different position?
I think it just fits his style. He's a bigger kid, compact, and it also helps us get the ball in his hands more. With Max returning, we really needed kind of the traditional bell cow running back, and he kind of fit the bill for that. I think he was excited about doing it, and I think we saw some results of that in the first game. I think he can really complement Chase Burton, who's a speed guy, and having those two guys, really smart guys too, academically strong. And so we can do a lot of things with them. Feel really good about our backfield situation right now.
Everybody knows, of course, the outcome against the Ballard team last year in the last matchup. As you look at the new team this year, what stands out with the Bruins?
Well, there's a lot of similarities to a traditional Ballard team. If you watch their film against Southwestern, defensively, they have those longer guys that are able to get into the backfield and penetrate. In the secondary, they seem to have the typical ball hawks. I know we've struggled to throw the ball with them They do a great job in the back end and covering. And then offensively, they always have a running back, and their running back from last year is actually back, and he can bust it at any time on the field. He's as fast as anyone. So it's a similar, not as experienced, just like we're not as experienced in spots too, but a really talented Ballard team.
New quarterback for them. Had a nice evening, 222 yards, 3 touchdowns. What did you like best about his play?
Well, he really threw some nice balls as far as in the coverage, and their guys made some plays. So even if you've got guys covered, their guys can go out and get the 50-50 balls. He seemed to be very comfortable throwing it down the field, as you said, with those yards.
Good luck, Chris. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Comments from Chris Wolf. We'll be right back after this.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. You can visit one of our 4 Kentucky branch locations, 2 in Louisville, Bowling Green, and Owensboro.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Ace is more than a hardware store. It's where you turn for answers to all your questions. The Miller family of experts has 3 locations on Preston Highway in the Linview Shopping Center, Taylor Boulevard by Churchill Downs, and 26 and West Market Street. This week, get the Home Sturdy 18-gallon tote for $2.99. Ace fiberglass furnace filters, all sizes 99 cents. 5-pack of 30-gallon paper yard bags, $1.99. Get a 20-pound bag of Ace brand bird seed, just $4.99. Ace Hardware and the Miller family of hardware experts. We're in your neighborhood.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
You're struggling with something in school. Sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Chris Labar, Dion Reese back live, Veterans Memorial Stadium ahead of Ballard and Mail, the regular season edition here in 2023. Now for a look at the keys to this matchup presented by IBEW, Local 369. Power up your potential. And a couple of very important keys for both teams, Dion.
Yes, sir. I mean, for Ballard, I think it's important that they not let Mail get off to too hot of a start. You know, like always, Mel's got a lot of firepower on that offense, and they need to make sure that they're not having any big runs or just big pass plays from Mel, and obviously making sure that they take care of the ball also.
Talked about passing game. Seems like both teams, it's important for both teams to throw the ball well tonight.
I would say so. You know, I look for Mel to come out trying to throw the ball, and I think it's important that they establish that passing game just to try to open up that running game some as well.
This broadcast is authorized by Male High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. Up next, we'll talk more about this Ballard bunch. They're 1-0 on the season, and they start a sophomore quarterback. That when we come back right after this on Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
"Holy smokes!"
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. You can visit one of our 4 Kentucky branch locations, 2 in Louisville, Bowling Green, and Owensboro.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Glycon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycon.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Ace is more than a hardware store. It's where you turn for answers to all your questions. The Miller family of experts has 3 locations on Preston Highway in the Linview Shopping Center, Taylor Boulevard by Churchill Downs, and 26 and West Market Street. This week, get the Home Sturdy 18-gallon tote for $2.99. Ace fiberglass furnace filters, all sizes 99 cents. 5-pack of 30-gallon paper yard bags, $1.99. Get a 20-pound bag of Ace brand birdseed, just $4.99. Ace Hardware and the Miller family of hardware experts. We're in your neighborhood.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycon.
Back live at Male High School, the Ballard Bruins and the Male Bulldogs. As you see some of the Ballard faithful, great representation from the school off her lane. Good to see all the great folks at Ballard. And looking at this Ballard football team, coached by Adrian Morton, and what a job he did last year.
Oh, yeah, he did a fantastic job. I mean, they were pretty close to, almost getting to the championship. They probably feel like they really won that game, or think it was a fluke play. So he did a fantastic job with those kids last year, and I bet they are excited and looking to have another big year.
Year 7 for Coach Morton. He was formerly an assistant, of course, at Manual, then 2016 at Ballard, and I think that year very important for him because he entrenched himself there within the program, and then the next year he gets the head job.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's awesome. And he's doing a great job, you know what I mean? So, but this will be a test for him tonight, you know what I mean? To come out and perform well against a good Male High School team will say a lot about where the program stands currently.
There has been some lightning, at least visible from our standpoint, so if there is any change, we will certainly keep you posted. But more on this Ballard team, a couple of key players. And Maurice Stevens, there at the bottom of the screen, 2 touchdowns last week through the air, but then the game-preserving interception with under a minute left in that game.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this young quarterback come out and, perform against this Male High School defense. Again, he had a solid game last week, but he'll be under some pressure today, and there's a test for him out here.
So Larry Irvin gets his second start, 2 touchdowns last week through the air, 1 on the ground, and you'd have to think there's going to be a lot thrown at him tonight that maybe there wasn't last week.
No doubt about it. Male's got some firepower. Obviously Gainey's back this year, healthy, and I look for him to have a big game as well. He's a lot to contain, and that Male High School running game is solid as well. So they're going to have their hands full with that. The Bruins defense is going to have their hands full tonight.
Bulldogs take on PRP next week. Their second state semi last year since 2014, and you get the sense that they feel like they're maybe a little bit underappreciated entering this season. So many new players on that sideline that really didn't play a pivotal role last year. They're going to need to deliver this season.
Yeah, well, again, tonight's a good night to show us where you stand. You know what I mean? We got 2 competitive teams here, and again, I would imagine that there's some some payback wanted, by the Ballard Bruins, just based off that loss they had at the end of last season.
And such a fluke play. It's been talked about, but Scoop Mattingly, scoops it up, if you will, and then goes in there and Male playing for the 5th straight championship. Just an unbelievable set of circumstances.
No doubt about it. And they ended up losing a tough game themselves. But again, I'm sure Ballard is fired up and they're ready to come back for some revenge tonight.
Lengthy series. We're going back at least to 91. No, check that. That's 81. Male winning 23 of 35. And it's been a bit since Ballard has won here. And Male very, very good at home.
Oh, no doubt about it. It's tough to come into the Bulldogs' house and get a victory. It's tough to get a victory anywhere. But when you come in here, it's hard to come out victorious.
We'll talk a bit more about this matchup. Kickoff, at least for the time being, slated for an 8 o'clock Eastern tilt between the Male Bulldogs and the Ballard Bruins on Glycon. Lots of activity. We've got 2 8:30 kickoffs. Oldham County will take on Shelby County, and then Pleasure Ridge Park, they will host defending state champ Bullitt East. Both of those games will air on Glycon as well. We'll take a quick break, step aside, and be right back. More football when we come back on Glycon.
Overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. From Glycod, it's IBEW Local 369 Louisville Football Friday. IBEW 369, power up your potential. Tonight's game is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles. Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen, he puts you in good hands. Thomas Car Wash and Holy Smokes Barbecue. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on IBEW Local 369 Louisville Football Friday.
Here come the Bulldogs as Male and Ballard, week 2, perhaps the marquee matchup in the city of Louisville here for week 2 between the Male Bulldogs and the Ballard Bruins. There you see the 4 captains of each team, and you've been involved many years back, beyond when you were a captain. What's that feel like in a big game like this?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, butterflies all day, tough sleep last night, hard to focus in school today. The game's the only thing's on your mind. You got your jersey on. Everybody's feeling it, man. It's just a great, great feeling.
Talking with Chris Wolf this morning, and it was about 10 o'clock, and he had the game day juices flowing already.
I can imagine.
He was ready.
I can imagine, yeah. Yeah, coaches are they're anxious and excited about these games as well. So it should be a fun one tonight. The temperatures dropped a little bit, which is nice. The wind's blowing, but looks like we may have a storm brewing. So hopefully we get to finish our football game tonight.
Richie Dunn will lead the 7-man crew, a great crew. Side Judge Dave Seawer, also a familiar name, as these gentlemen will have the responsibility of officiating a great high school football game this evening.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's important that, the Ballard come out and not let Male just jump on them. And, my gut's telling me that Male's going to try to come out here and jump on them. So let's see who wins that battle. We'll know here shortly.
Several new new faces for both teams. And they will occur at key spots, and we will enlighten you on those throughout the evening as the officials there discussing a few wrap-up things before this one gets underway.
That Ballard student section is pretty charged right now. Those guys are fired up over there.
You see the Ballard sideline. So Seth Henson, he a new face. 6 foot, 152-pound sophomore. He is one of 2 male kickers. They'll rotate tonight on extra points and place kicking duties, but for the moment anyway, Henson will kick off.
It's like the ball fell off the tee. I think that wind got to it.
And back for Ballard, the Damari Edlin, as well as Maurice Stevens. So glad to have you along tonight on Glycott, a great crew, and we welcome you aboard. And a high spinning kick, and Stevens will take it in for a touchback.
Yeah, he had 1 foot in. He tried to bring it out, but he actually had his back foot in the end zone, so they'll get the ball on the 20.
This Ballard offensive line, it'll appear something similar to this, we think. Logan Russell's the left tackle, Cohen Whitaker left guard, Caleb Dowdy the center. Right side of the line is Riley Wilson and Christian Clark. Larry Irvin, 6'2", sophomore quarterback, with Journey Weich, outstanding running back. And then the receivers include, in some concoction, Maurice Stevens, Alpha Seca, Dalen Thompson. That's a lot to digest, but Ballard has it first down at 10 on their first play from scrimmage. Weich is behind Irvin, and Weich gets the call, and he's going to be met for about a yard up to the 21-yard line.
Wow, no breathing room there. He was taken down by a host of Bulldogs.
This male defense, and they've got a new defensive line coach. It's former Butler head coach and former male assistant Kobe Clark. And this male defensive front, something else with DeAndre Malone and Jermaine Bradley outside. Dorsey and Williams, the interior. 2 exemplary linebackers. Kevin Wilson had over 100 tackles last year. He'll be joined by Solomon Conley with Brendan Bates, Brandon Richardson, Marcus Robertson, Steron Davidson, and elite Antonio Harris in the secondary. It's 2nd down and 9. And Weich again with the load. And it's 3rd down and about 6 looming.
Looks like we'll probably see the Bruins go to the air. Looks like the 3rd and, I don't know, about 5. So good start so far for the Male High School defense.
I think for Ballard to have success, they've got to play ahead of the sticks. These 3rd mediums certainly could be an issue for a young quarterback.
Right, they don't want to be punting from the 10-yard line either. So
Stevens flanked out wide, staircase formation to the near side with Seca closest to us, and Mail perhaps a little overzealous, and that is a free 5.
Got to be disciplined. You can't have that. You've had 2 good downs of defense, and you come out and make a mental mistake. Somebody needs to settle those guys down out there.
Like the 2 interior players for the Bulldogs jump, and it will be 3rd down and 1 on the first drive of this game. With Weich the back as Hetty, the H-back, in motion to the strong side, and he's going to pave the way for Weich, and Weich will move the sticks for a 1st down up to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that was a solid run. Looks like they got a little movement getting that defensive line of male pushback, and actually looked like they gained about 3 yards.
Yeah, Hetty in motion there, leading the promenade, if you will. And there's an end around, an inside handoff up to the 35 as the sticks and the chains move up down to the 38. That was Damari Edlin with his first run.
That was a tough run. I thought they had him stopped at the line of scrimmage, and they kept pumping those feet and, grinded out 2 or 3 more yards.
2nd down, and we'll call it 3. Beg your pardon, be 3rd down. So 3rd down and 2 from the Ballard 38. Weich is behind Irvin. And Irvin Going to roll out. He's got the first down as he's upended at the 47-yard line. He'll pick up 9, and Ballard 2 for 2 on third down.
That was a solid run. It looked like he had an option to possibly throw the ball as well, but the wide receivers were pretty well guarded, and he had a solid run, first down.
See some of the scramble ability of Irvin as he got loose around the edge.
Yeah, he looked like he could be pretty dangerous in the open field, so they're going to have to key on him tonight.
Jermaine Bradley sneaking in for the tackle. 4 minutes nearly elapsed as Ballard very deliberate as they pace down the field. And same play call as Irvin angles out right at the 50 and a nice pickup of about 5 on first down.
That was a solid play. Mel's going to have to do something about that. Ballard's come out this second set of downs and is really moving the ball pretty effectively.
So 2 successive runs for Irvin.
Yeah, they're running the ball pretty well so far.
Second down and 5. First play inside Mill territory. Irvin faces pressure. He'll flip it ahead, and Secca, a first down as Secca all the way down inside the 20 to the 17 and a gain of 32.
That's a blown assignment. He's wide open sitting out there. They're lucky he didn't get a touchdown.
Alpha Secca, 32-yard, and what was really just a flip forward from Irvin.
Yeah, Ballard's moving the ball, and as I look at that Male High School sideline and even on the field, I don't see much energy. Those guys really need to put some pep in their step.
Secca 2 grabs for 74 yards last week, and he is one of 2 outstanding dynamos on the outside. Stevens the other, and this time Irvin's going to flip to the other side and find the tight end, Hetty up near the 10-yard line and close to another first down.
That's another wide open receiver. He was not being guarded at all. That's a mistake that the Bulldogs just can't afford to have right now, especially in this part of the field.
That's a crafty play call.
It really was. And I could tell if the tight end was guarded, he would probably ran with that one as well. So they had a couple of options there.
So first down and 10 from about the 11. They have not put up first and goal yet as there's a handoff, and Weich lunging across the 5. He's going to be dropped at the 3, but a flag. Got a flag on Ballard.
Yeah, and again, I just see a lack of energy from Mel right now. The sideline seems pretty solemn. Guys out on the field just don't seem to have much energy, and if they don't watch it, they're going to have an early score by the Bruins on their hands.
First down now and 15. That is Ballard's second infraction on this drive. You see the subdued Male sideline. It's been a lengthy drive, 5-minute march here.
It has.
Solid commencement for Ballard as Irvin 3-step drop up in the pocket, and Irvin going to take a tumble. He'll fall forward near the initial line of scrimmage up to the 11.
Gosh, he's elusive. I mean, he almost took a sack. I thought they had him, and he stepped to the side, and before you know it, he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe even gained a yard or 2.
See if we can take a look where the pressure came. That was DeAndre Malone that forced the hurry. Malone 5 tackles last week for the Bulldogs from his defensive end position, one of 4 captains on the defensive side of the ledger. Second down and 11 for Ballard. They've evaporated the first 6 of this quarter in the belly of Weich, and Weich tripped up from behind. There's Malone, 2 in a row.
That was a nice stop by the Bulldogs. This has been a great drive by Ballard, though. They're looking really good. They're moving the ball on the ground, made some good passes. I really like the balanced attack that they have right now.
So third down and 10. Now they've got a freshman kicker in Colton Abbott. We'll see what Coach Morton's comfort level is and his kicker should Ballard not advance it much further. So 3rd down and 10. Bruins 2 for 2 on 3rd down in this opening quarter as White positioned to the left of Irvin. And Irvin rolling left, floats it ahead and overshooting a wide open heady. It will be 4th down.
Yeah, he overshot him. He was open, but he threw it a little too high for him. Looks like they're going to try to kick a field goal here.
So Abbott last week 5 of 6 on extra points. As you see, the first misfire from Irvin. Male in pretty good defensive position anyway. This will be a 28-yard field goal for Abbott. And that kick is awfully high. And Ballard's on the board.
That's good. They're on the board. That was a solid drive. Ballard's got to be happy with that. So now if they can come out and stop this Male High School offense, they might be on to something.
Take a quick break. Male football when we come back on Glycod.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Colton Abbott has Ballard on the board as we welcome you back, and a nice kick for the freshman.
And that was a nice drive by the Bruins. I mean, they started at the 20 and almost made it into the end zone with the touchdown, but they were able to get 3 points on the board. So hopefully Male High School can come out and put some points on the board themselves.
Let's see what this Male offense can do. Lots of firepower, and our first look tonight at Shemai Gates, former wide receiver that has been transitioned, if you will, to the running back slot. And boy, he had a great game last week. 3 touchdowns out of the gate as a running back.
That's huge, and they're going to need him tonight too. So he's going to have his shot here in a second, and hopefully he's has an equivalent game tonight.
Antonio Harris back to return for Male. Perhaps the script that Coach Morton would have chosen to start this game. A lengthy drive for Ballard, points the end result.
I would agree. Now they've got the challenge of trying to stop this Male High School offense.
As Abbott, a very, very high kick, and it will be retrieved at about the 25-yard line. We got a player that lost their helmet in pursuit, but it will be Male football as the Bulldogs is caught by Josh Fuller.
That was a pretty short kick there. He kicked it up into the air and really didn't gain too much ground with that kick, but it was a solid return, and Male's got some decent field position to start.
Former left tackle Max Glass is injured. He started last week. That means Stephen Thomas will get the nod tonight at left tackle. George Jewell is the left guard. Spike Souls at center. Isaiah Johnson, the right guard. And Jackson Paget is the right tackle. Coulter Smith, senior quarterback, back to throw for Male, and he's going to slide it right out of the backfield, right on the money. And there goes Gainey across the 40-yard line.
That was a beautiful way to start the game, and that's exactly the keys that I was talking about. Ballard can't have that. But great call. I love it that they came out passing on first down. They're aggressive, and that was a huge, huge play.
It's a gain of about 38 yards unofficially. They'll mark this now at the 39-yard line as we get back to live action for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs are going no huddle.
There is Gates, and Gates plugging his way close to a first down, needed the 28, and Male 2 prolific plays on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
2 very prolific plays. I don't think the running back was touched till he was at the 8-yard point, that run.
So you see Gates right around that left edge, and he hit the hole hard.
Yeah, if Ballard's going to survive this game, they've got to be able to stop this Male High School defense from making these big plays like we've seen early so far.
We've seen this Male offense have big plays for years and years, Dion.
We sure have.
It's been a constant theme within this program. As Smith back to throw, he's up in the pocket, and he is going to be tumbled to the ground and sacked. That's Cordair Atkinson with a sack.
Yeah, the Bruins were able to get some pressure, and he didn't have much time to really see who was open. So they have a 2nd and long here. More than likely going back to the air, so let's see what this Ballard defense can do.
Atkinson, a returning starter from last year's dynamic Ballard defense. He's one of a few returnees on that side of the ball. Loss of 5 back to the Ballard 34. Tiptoeing under 4 minutes in this opening quarter. In a 3-0 Ballard beginning. Gates, a decoy, end around Gainey. Gainey's got a hole across the 40, and he'll be slid and coaxed out of bounds up at the 23-yard line.
I love the play call. You know, they were probably expecting some pass, and, you know, they ran that end around, and Gainey had a great gain on that one as well. So
it's good to see Gainey healthy. He was injured for so much of last year, and he is a difference maker when 100%.
Yes, he is, and he's off to a great start here tonight.
So Gainey 2 touches, and this one will net a gain of 10. It's 3rd down now and 5 as we